What's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to show you how I would fulfill for a marketing agency client that one of our members just closed. This was his first $2,000 sale, and it's with an agency that helps dentists get more patients. Now, these types of clients can be pretty tough to fulfill for, so I'm going to walk you through the 3-step process that I use, from setting up the Make.com sales system to writing the connector copy so you can deliver fast and keep them happy. So let's get into it. Closed a $2,000 deal plus rev share, $1,500 upfront. Hey guys, hope everyone has been crushing it lately. Just closed my first outreach system client, 5 appointments in 30 days. Client is selling Google Business Profile Optimization, GPP, to local businesses, specifically dentists. Any pointers to help quickly deliver would be helpful. Thanks guys, on to the next one. So congratulations, my friend Rashid. Now let's just go ahead and help you deliver so you can actually keep your clients happy and scale from there. Okay, so essentially his client helps small independent dental clinics get way more new patients by making their Google Business Profile show up in the top 3 on Google Maps without ads. So this is essentially the client's or his client's offer. So think more calls, more bookings, better reviews, all on autopilot. Now, you're going to notice that when you work with these types of clients that sell, for example, Google Business Profile Optimization, maybe they sell SEO, Google Maps ranking, or ads, most of these things aren't actually what their client need. Most of these things aren't what their clients actually care about. They're just tools. Most dentists don't wake up thinking, I need SEO or I need a Google Business Profile Optimization. But they wake up thinking, I need more patients and I need new revenue. So if the core service doesn't necessarily connect to that, it is harder to deliver. So what you need to do is make it about money. So I'm going to show you guys a 3-step framework that I use in my $139K a month sales agency, okay? Which is as follows. So you need to make it about money by changing the promise from I'll do a marketing activity for you to I'll create a specific revenue result. So step 1 is you need to find the real outcome. So ask yourself, if this worked perfectly, what would the client actually get? For dentists, well, it's not ranking higher, right? It's more patients because this is what they care about. And then step 2 is you want to put a number on it because 5 to 10 new patients a month is more powerful than increased visibility. Okay. And then step 3 is you want to translate that into money. Okay. So step 1, 2, and 3. So if a 1 patient is worth $1,000, then 10 new patients is $10,000 a month. Now, the offer isn't Google Maps ranking right now. It's $10K a month and extra revenue. So this is essentially what we're going to be doing. I'm going to show you guys the copy that we're going to be using. And I essentially just use this 3-step framework to actually write the copy for this member. Okay. Now let me walk you guys through the sales system workflow that we're going to build. Okay. So in order for us to find these independent dental clinics, well, we need to scrape Google Maps, okay? So we're going to scrape Google Maps for dentists in Long Island, New York. And then in our system, we're going to have 2 paths, and I'm going to explain why. So path 1, okay, when we scrape these dental clinics, we'll be able to get how many reviews they actually have. So path 1 is going to be dental clinic has a website and less than 5 reviews, which is going to be the highest priority. And path 2, they have a website, but less than 10 reviews, which is also going to be a medium priority. So what we're doing here is we're organizing our leads by how badly they need our client service. So think of it like, it's kind of like sorting patients in a hospital. Some need immediate attention, others can wait, okay? So think about it like creating 3 buckets, for example. So we have 2 buckets here. The higher priority, so practices with websites, but almost no reviews, so less than 10, and few images. So these are desperate cases, losing tons of patients, and they need immediate help, and we'll see dramatic results. And then we have medium priority, which is practices with websites, decent reviews, 10 to 20, but still under optimized. So they need our client's offer. So these are established, but leaving money on the table. So it's still good targets, but not as urgent as bucket 1, which is the high priority. Okay. And then step 3 is we're going to find their email. And then step 4 is we're going to generate a connector copy. So we're going to say, hey, right? And then we're going to have like a waving emoji. It adds more of like a casual vibe to the email. What's search and category name? So category name is essentially when you scrape Google Maps for these dental clinics, you're going to notice that there's a lot of categories. For example, there's dentists that just specialize in like teeth whitening. Some are just generic. So we're going to make it extremely personalized just for them, just for their category. So what search and category name in city today and clinic name didn't show up in the top results? I know a team that can get you to the top 3, guaranteeing 5 new patients weekly now without running ads. If you are up for it, we could plan a quick chat and I can help with the introductions. Cheers. Now, this copy formula works because we're essentially using what's searching today, and this feels authentic and non-salesy, and also creates a reason for contact that doesn't seem pre-planned. Okay. And then we're going to mention their clinic by name and that it didn't show up. So that creates relevance and urgency without getting them defensive. And then 5 new patients weekly. It's more specific, tangible, and interesting for them. This is what they really care about. So the dentist will actually like intrinsically and unconsciously calculate the revenue impact, which is going to be, for example, $1,500 to $3,000 per new patient. So it's revenue generating for them. And then if you're up for it, and cheers just feels like a helpful suggestion from a random guy, like an insider knowledge, which is the beauty about the connector system and why I use it in my agency, because it just works, okay? So it disarms them, and it's not going to sound like a salesperson that we all dislike, okay? And the whole email, you're going to notice, is like less than 60 words with plenty of white space. So anyone can read it and understand it in seconds. So what we're doing here is we're focusing on the end results, just like we talked about, not the process or the service we provide, because nobody cares. Because like I said, dentists don't really wake up thinking, I need better Google business profile optimization. They wake up thinking, I need more patients in chairs. Okay, so let's just go ahead and start implementing this. So we're going to have to scrape Google Maps for dentists. So the best way to scrape Google Maps is we're going to use a platform called Epify. Epify is basically like a marketplace for scrapers. And the first thing that I'm noticing here is Google Maps scrapers. I'm going to click on it. Click on try for free. And then now we're going to go to the search terms. We're going to type in dentist. And then we're going to pick, for example, Long Island, New York. Numbers of places to extract. This depends on your Epify account. So if you are on a starter plan, you're allowed, I believe, to scrape up to 5,000. But since I'm using just a free account here, I'm just going to pick, for example, 1,000. Or maybe I'll just put 500. Okay? And then I'm going to go to add-on reviews. So numbers of reviews to extract, 5, just 5. And then I'm going to go to run options, no timeout. And then I'm going to put, for example, I'll just put 1,000. Let's put $5 here. Okay. And then save and start. So now the scraper is going to go ahead and scrape the data for me. And I'm going to see it in the table here, which is going to be in the output. So there we go. We're getting the place name, Dr. Davis. So category name, you're going to see that orthodontist. See? So dental implants provider, right? So these are all categories. So it's more personalized for them. Then we have the website here. So if we click on it, little big smile. Okay. So while this is scraping, we're going to go ahead and build our sales system together. So I'm just going to go to make.com and then we're going to build the system right now. So I'm going to create new scenario. And then I'm going to name this first client reward 2K deal. Okay. So step 1 is I'm going to click on the search apps or modules. I'm going to look for Epify by typing Epify, click on Epify, and then I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to get dataset items. Okay. And then I'm going to go to settings. And then I'm going to go to API integrations and then default API token. I'm just going to copy it, then go back and then click on add. Connection type is going to be Epify API token and simply paste your API token here and click on save. Dataset ID is where the data is, so it's going to be in the run. So if we click on storage, you're going to see the dataset ID. So copy it again, go back, paste it here. And then in terms of the limit, let's just put 1. If we run once, well, we're going to get the data from Apify and make. Now, I'm just going to name this get leads. Okay. And then step 2 is I'm going to add a router so we can implement the scoring technique, which is essentially path 1 and path 2. So I'm going to click on this plus button. I'm going to go to flow control and it's going to be router. Okay. So this is the first route and this is the second route. So first route is we want a highest priority. Okay. So condition is going to be first is website exists, and then end add role, review count, text operator is going to be less than 10 or numeric operator. And then we're going to add another rule, which is going to be image. So image count less than 5. Okay, sweet. Click on save. Now this is the highest priority. The second one is going to be medium priority. So medium priority. Same thing here. Click on condition. Review count greater than or equal to 5. And add rule. And it's going to be and review count less than or equal to 20. And then add another rule, which is going to be again image count less than or equal to 10. And click on save. Okay, sweet. Okay, so now we set up the filters. Well, next step is we need to find their emails, okay? Now, in order for you to find emails, you need an email enrichment platform. There's tons of email enrichment platforms like Email Finder. There's also Find Email, and there's also Scrape.io. There's also, I believe, Hunter. Yes, Hunter.io. These are all good platforms. Now, I can use my own email enrichment platform, which is going to be Nuira, which is essentially like a platform that I built specifically for people within my community because these email enrichment platforms are quite expensive. And I was like, how can I lower the cost for people that are inside? So I just came up with my new platform that is completely free for people inside. But since you guys are watching this and you don't have access to this, I'm going to show you guys an alternative way that works just as fine. Okay, so I'm going to go to Email Finder. And this is Email Finder. Again, really good platform. I've used it throughout my entire career. So I'm going to click on Go to App. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to API. And by the way, this is just a free account. I'm going to click on copy. This is the API. And then I'm going to click on plus button, look for Email Finder, search for a person's email. So I want search for companies' emails. I'm going to click on add and paste this here. And then I'm going to name this, for example, first client reward and click on save. I'm going to search by domain. Okay. So website. There we go. And then I'm going to do the same thing here. Email Finder, company's email, and it's going to be first client reward. Search by domain, and then I'm going to put the domain in here. Okay. So let's just run once and see. So the first one is not within our parameter. So I'm just going to put, for example, 10. Okay. So we found the email. Which is pretty good. Now we're just going to name this find email. Rename. Okay, sweet. And then save, auto align. Okay, since we found the email, well, now we're going to have to pre-draft the copy. So let's just go here and then we're going to have to add a set variable. So set variable. And then it's going to be dream, or let's just name this connector copy. Okay, so let's just go back here and then let's just copy this entire thing. Then go back, paste this here. So hey was searching category name. Okay, so in city, which is city. Where is city? There we go. and then clinic name, which is going to be, so clinic name, we're just going to put the name of the title. Okay, the title. Okay. Sweet. Okay. Save. And then we're going to add the filter. So only if email. So success is true. Or maybe we can just add, okay, we're going to put, okay, so only if results exist. So email exists. And then we can run once and see. So hey, was assertion, Dr. Seibel. Yes. So you notice here we have an issue because we have this long name. So we need to clean the name. So we need to add an AI model here that's going to clean the name. So I'm going to add Azure here. You can use any AI model that you want. I'm just going to use Azure because I have it. Now, before I proceed, I'm just going to put myself in here so you guys can see everything that I'm doing. There we go. And then GPT-4o. And then message is going to be user. Content is going to be text. So I'm going to say, clean the following clinic or business name so it looks professional and readable. Ensure proper capitalization. Add missing spaces between words to remove or replace any unnecessary symbols. So this is a prompt that I'm going to leave you in the system so you can just copy it. So the input is going to be title here. So it's going to be clean clinic name. Okay, now let's just check this out. So this looks good. Was certain pediatrists, dentists in Garden City today, and advanced children dentistry didn't show up. Still looks good. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to remove a space here. There we go. And click on save. Now let's just run this as, for example, 20. Save. And then let's just run once. There we go. Was certain dentists in Hempstead today, and was this dental didn't show up in the top results. Okay, great. So this looks good. So this is going to be connect or copy. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing here by copying and pasting. Very simple. And again, same thing. So last step, let's actually check our run here in Epify. Okay, so we scraped 500. Okay, sweet, which is awesome. So right now, what we're going to do is we're going to plug everything to Instantly to Outreach because this is the last step, which is start Outreach. So let's just go ahead here and then go to Instantly, log in, and then we're going to create a campaign, and then we're going to plug everything here. So I'm going to add the new, name this first client reward client, and then continue. And then now what we're going to do is we're going to have to go back to make, add Instantly here. So it's going to be create a lead. And then we're going to check the campaign ID. The campaign ID is not in this account. So I need to go to campaign ID here. And it's going to be first client reward. The email is going to be the email found. The personalization is going to be the copy. And then that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, the company name is going to be the name. Yes. Here. Okay. And then we're just going to have to copy this entire thing and put it here. And then now we're going to have to put the email here. And then the connector copy is connector copy. And then the company name is going to be the text response result. Save, auto align, and then save again. And then let's just run this as, for example, 100. So email exists. Okay, email exists. And then email. Oh, yeah. We need to add the correct field. And then save, run once, and then there we go. Obviously, the first one is going to be added. Second one pretty quickly. Now, if you go to leads, essentially added our lead. Now we can just add personalization. There we go. And then I'm going to add sends from my iPhone. And this is where you're going to put your name, for example, Saad. And then save. In terms of the subject line, I'm going to say more patience for you. There we go. This is a good email. Check this out. All right, sweet. My leads are getting added here, slowly but surely. All right, sweets. So that's how you deliver for these types of clients. Now we understand kind of like the strategy, how to sort these leads based off priorities, right? Also, the connector copy. Always make sure to use these 3-step framework, which is find the real outcome, put a number on it, and translate that into money. Okay, so now you are ready to get up and running yourself. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.